Set a collision course for adventure. This is Cosmopunk.
Glitch, a Starfinder in D&D 5e homebrew story, featuring the crew of the Leica 7.
I am Pan, I play Baphomet, Captain of the Leica 7, displaced galactic idol, now in the body of a kobold android mystic, and determined to get it all back one way or another.
Hi, I'm RJ, and I play V the Vesk, who's the Leica 7's resident designer, mechanic, and over-enthusiastic van owner. They also have a drone familiar called Flyby.
Hey, I'm Cypher, and I play a small punky Yosoki otter named Ryder, operative and pilot of the Leica 7.
Hello, I'm Ty, and I play Radar, a cyborg coyote engineer and weapons officer aboard the Leica 7.
And I am Fringe, guest game master. The party awoke to find themselves on a ship, making landfall to Tradeport. The party then disembarked into the medieval fantasy city. After having a moment to savor the realistic flavor of the digital bacon sandwiches, the party is asked to save a goblin held in captivity for a crime he didn't commit by his two brothers. The party was able to make quick work of the guards before setting free the goblin to return him to his brothers. Before they received their payment, the program began to freeze before a strange spectral recording began to play. Once the recording was done, they left a uniquely strange coin. With the payment from the goblins and a strange coin in hand, the party's eyes turned to the Keep of Tradeport. Chapter 5: Saga of the Last War.
Where are we exactly right now?
We are heading towards the castle.
I think we just seen the ghost, and then Kronk had the coin.
Kroll, not Kronk.
Kroll.
Kroll.
So currently you are in the courtyard, basically in the center of this fortificated town. As you guys are making your way off now, you guys hear bells ringing. And it doesn't sound like church bells. It's like a telephone ringing almost. And your wrists are vibrating.
Okay, Kroll's gonna look down at her wrist and see what's happening.
Yeah.
Is it a notification?
Yeah.
You still hear the bell ringing, and you see like what looks like a light pulsing at your wrist.
Tap it.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, you do the wrist flip, and all of a sudden, a screen pops up, and you see a rather bothered-looking bird, Dr. Lestrange.
Are you guys all right? I was concerned there for a minute. Dave just froze up for a moment, and we lost contact with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
we saw a dude.
Yeah, we saw a ghost.
Yeah, something very strange just happened.
Yeah. We saw one of the crew, and he came through, and he was saying some stuff into a recorder, and I can't remember what he was saying, but he dropped this coin. Look.
Oh yeah, we got free stuff.
Yeah, one sec, Felix. Ryder's going to hold up the coin and say, would it be all right if we made a bug report, Dr. Strange?
This is quite interesting. You said you saw someone in there that wasn't a NPC?
Yeah, we just completed a side quest, which was the Rescue Grimble, and then a hologram of a Star Captain person appeared, left this weird gold coin in the overworld. Did we activate a cutscene that happens later in the game or something?
We don't know. All we know is that Dave started freezing up and that you guys disconnected from us for a moment before reappearing. We were very concerned. Video feed cut out for a moment before you guys reappeared.
So it was like an out-of-world experience. It took us out of the world.
I'm sure that's something that we don't need to worry about too much.
Oh, I don't know. It broke my immersion a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, we're hardwired into this in our brains. So if it takes us out of the world and the people in the control room lose track of us, where did we go?
That's a very good question.
Well, the only thing to do is find out. I vote we go to the castle.
Pandora, are you all right?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm okay. Pat is still like confused about why the guys are role playing. She doesn't do role playing, so to her she's just like, "This is a strange game. I know how to stab people. That's fine."
Can I roll to climb and sit on top of Pan?
We like on her shoulder.
Yeah.
She's like 7 foot, so I guess so.
I mean,
That's V's thing now.
all right. Well, you're going to have to make a acrobatics check, and is Pandora going to allow this?
Sure, yeah. As Baphomet, she's done it to V a bunch of times. It's it's fun to do the opposite. She's about 7 foot. She's mostly muscle as a dragonborn. So yeah, sure. She just picks you up. She picks you up and puts you on her shoulder.
Okay. I thought,
It's
Alright.
not opposed. You don't have to roll
Yeah,
for it.
she sees you doing that catch thing when they try and like port your leg. She's like, oh, okay.
Okay, I thought you were just going to jump up there, and I was like, okay, that's why
Wow.
I made the roll against because I wasn't sure if
No, it's fine.
Pandora was going to allow that.
She's not gonna let V/Nia fall over or anything.
I could totally see why Ryder loves doing this. This is awesome.
Yeah,
I feel tall
it's
again.
very fun, isn't it?
Well, anyway, Dr. Lestrange watching this little scene go on, she's like,
Okay, are you guys going to be all right then? We can pull you back if you wish.
I think we'd like to go a little bit further into the game. What do you guys think?
Yeah, we've only been here for like 10 minutes, so
They're the castle, and I want to see it.
yeah, I want to see inside the castle too. And I want to know what the coin does. I don't know how deep this game goes.
Yeah, what is this? Do you recognise this, Doctor Strange?
he looks at it. Are you holding up the coin to him?
Yeah, to my wrist.
I'm not sure. It looks like a coin to me. I don't see anything different about it. Computer doesn't register it in your inventory.
Oh,
Ooh.
might be a bugged coin then.
I should try and bite it.
Yeah. Can I have a look at it a second?
Yeah, I'll give it to Felix.
Thank you. Felix would like to do a tinkerer's look on it to see if there's anything odd or off about it.
Okay. Artificer's lore, I assume.
Artificer's lore, yes, please.
All right, then we'll make a history check, I guess.
History. I put nothing in that, but I'll take a nat 20.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. So, Felix, as you're looking at this, you're not sure where this knowledge is coming from, but you're looking at the coin, and it looks almost dwarvish in nature. It's like a mix. It's dwarvish, elvish, and normal currency.
Sorry, is that in world dwarvish?
Yeah, in world dwarvish. In the game dwarvish. Like,
Yeah,
you
sorry,
can tell
yeah.
this like coin is made of different designs that are interlocking with each other. Like this coin was merged with a bunch of other coins, and that someone hammered in a skull on top of all the coins. Like,
Stamped it.
yeah.
See, this coin's like it's not a normal coin. It's certainly not a currency coin because it's got all of this. Like, if you look here, you can see all like the Elvish runing in the top left corner, and then all the intricate sort of dwarvish knotwork there. And then somebody's taken this really beautiful coin and stamped a skull on it.
Crawl's like leaning down over Felix's shoulder and looking, nodding.
Nia's leaning over as well.
I like to imagine as you're looming over Felix, you're blocking out the light, and he's slowly moving it back into the light, and you're leaning
Yeah, so you can see it.
All our characters just hunching around this tiny coin.
And then, is there anything on the rim, Fringe?
You're talking about like the rimming, like when you're holding it to the side and looking down.
The thin edge, yes.
Yeah, thin edge. It basically is smooth. It's very smooth, like it's been polished.
Wow.
Mystic runes don't appear on the coin when you rub it, do they?
Yeah, like Felix is like running it through his fingers and doing coin tricks with it and stuff.
That looks like a handy tool will come in useful later.
I don't understand. Yeah, but anyway, so it's also weird because it seemed to have materialized in the game world from that apparition that wasn't real, but the coin was, and he put it on like a plinth, and then the plinth vanished, and this coin fell to the ground.
Yeah, that did happen.
Yeah. So
Well, Doctor Strange doesn't seem to know anything about
wait,
it.
I've got an idea. Is there any random passerby in the street?
Oh yeah, there are NPCs walking about. There are.
I'm going to run up to them, run up to the nearest person, and be like, "Hello, excuse me, quick question. This is going to sound really weird, but can you see this coin?"
You run into a human woman. She looks down at you. She looks about age 50. She's got some white in her hair. She looks down, just like, that's a very pretty coin there. I don't know. Was that Elvish?
We don't know. We found it, and I think it's both. But it's also got a really neat skull on it. I love the skull. Look at the eyes.
So,
but yeah, anyway.
Pandora's kind of like slide Felix away and go, maybe we don't just tell random people about things we find.
But they might know, Pan.
Maybe, no, we're fine. And for when Battlefield, I just slide them along, go, we should probably head to the castle.
But it's just literally his feet are just digging in.
Yeah. It's like the classic cartoon pushing someone away where their feet are like...
Okay, thank you for your information.
Still trying to talk to this random NPC. I mean, does this NPC look like a wealthy like landowner type or just a commoner garden?
It's an old lady.
It was just a commoner old lady.
Not even worth stealing their money while they're distracted.
I think the coin might be bugged. Let's keep it separate from the rest of the money and not spend it.
I've got like 8 million pockets, and I'm probably not going to be in the middle of the combat, so I'll keep it on me.
Yeah, keep it safe, Felix.
Yeah.
Fair.
So I squirrel it away in one of my many pockets. I'm certainly going to end up in Yar's possession at some point anyway, because they can't keep their graboids to themselves.
All right. So you still have Dr. Lestrange on the line. He's like,
Okay, are you guys going to be okay then? Are you going to continue?
Yeah, we'll be fine. It will be fine. We've got this. It's great.
Yeah, we've done one side quest already. We'll continue on, and if we have any more problems, we'll be in contact.
Okay.
And then close the link.
Pan.
Hmm.
Pan. Let's go to the castle.
Yeah. Come on, this way. Oh,
I forgot the nose on her shoulder, so she got
Yeah. Nya is one step away from trying to like steer Pan like from Ratatouille.
jeez.
It's like perched on Pan's shoulder and flicking their tail backward and forth and like slowly moving their hands to Pan's like head.
Pan was like just flicking our way. Going, stop that! I know where we're going.
There you go, Pan. This will be the second ancient castle you've ever been to. I mean, this one's digital, but it's still a castle.
Well, I do like
oh
that.
what?
Does that mean that you're the secret, like, untold hero of massive power for this one as well?
You've seen castles before?
Yeah, we went to a medieval one, didn't we? It was all right. It was a bit cold.
Yeah, plus the walls wouldn't stop moving.
Hmm.
That was a pain.
Weird hexagonal stones.
So you guys move on. You're heading up the road, past other commoners and such. You get your mix of human, dwarf, elf, dragonborn. And you get to the gates, and the gates are open. You just see a couple board guards there leaning on, their pikes as they watch you come up.
Hey.
They let you pass through. They don't seem to be bothered by you. Doesn't seem like there's much activity going on. As you come into the inner area around the keep, it's a stone keep. It's got several sections to it. There are banners waving. And, there's a bit of activity. There's some commoners coming back and forth from inside, heading out from, going towards the gate. There are a couple guards at the front door, 2 elves, just kind of leaning on the wall watching you as you come up. But they don't seem to be bothered by you as a few commoners come out of the door. It seems like it's relatively relaxed security around here. So, do you guys want to go into the keep, or do you want to explore around the keep?
I mean, if they're not stopping us, then what's to stop us just wandering into the keep?
March with purpose into the keep.
Oh, no, you go to the guards first because she wants to like introduce herself rather than just being like, we walk into the castle.
Just stomp in. Yeah, that's probably best to be diplomatic about it.
Skulking? I'm not skulking. Am I, Barry? No, we don't skulk.
Alrighty. Alright, so you're going up to one of the guards then?
Yeah.
And it's a female guard. It's an elf wearing a leather tunic. She has 2 swords on her hips, and she just looks at you and is like, oh, hello there. What can I do for you?
2 swords. This is a cool guard.
You have to take a moment to remember that she's not 5 foot anymore. She's staring down this elf.
Mm.
Like, oh.
And Nya is also staring down at them because they're tall for now.
Nya is sitting on Pandora's shoulders, so they're also tall. Yeah. Good evening. We are here to see your king. We're here to see your king.
Or queen.
Going straight in with the...
Or queen. That's
straight in with the regent play. I like it.
The guard laughs at you guys. Yeah. It's like, oh, you must be new here. We don't have a king, actually. We actually have a council.
Boo. What is this, a democracy?
Do you have an autonomous collective?
So you bet you don't even have a random lady in a lake dispersing swords as a means of choosing power.
A watery bin.
It was only a matter of time before the Monty Python code started erupting.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, she goes, oh, yes, we don't have a king or queen, as you would say. Not anymore. We just have a council nowadays. This is no longer a military facility anymore. It's more of an open facility. We actually have a meeting coming later with the council, commoners, to take in their concerns.
Oh. Do you do tours?
Oh, of course. There's also a museum.
Yaz wagging her tail again.
Are we common?
Can we do a tour?
Yeah, we're common. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
We don't look very common.
Yeah, we are. We're commoners.
You're not wearing a shirt.
I have scales.
Definitely does not look like a commoner.
Yeah. Look at Pandora. Radiant light.
Well, I mean, Pandora looks very resplendent, but we're commoners.
And I'm far too mechanical.
You are free to come and look about in the keep. We only ask that you don't go to the upper floors, but other than that, you are free to go. There's a museum when you go inside to the right, and There's also, you'll see the dining area where we will be having our feast tonight with the council.
Okay.
You're more than welcome to come, of course.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Free food too.
Yeah.
I like this place.
Yeah.
We should come in more often.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I'm jumping up and
What?
down. Yeah.
What?
Come here. Quickly. I need to whisper something very specifically in your ear.
I'm gonna skitter down like Pan and then like just pop up next to Felix.
All right. And in a stage whisper, he's going to even say, I want you very specifically to not go to those upper levels. And he's going to grab you by the face and look dead in your eyes and be like, you are not to go in the upper level.
In front of these guards.
Yeah, we're walking away from the guards at this point.
Are we walking away from the guards? Because we didn't say we were.
And also, this is a stage whisper.
Then I'm taking Nya away from the guards. You two can stay there.
Stage whisper. It's fine.
Nya's just making her slyest face. It's like
Yeah. And Felix is very quietly and subtly nodding.
Pandora rolls her eyes because this is the most unstoppable thing we've done all day. And we stabbed two guards.
if the less than W less than emotion was an actual cat face, then that's what Nya's making right now.
Yeah. Is that understood? You're not to go to the upper level at all. And not
Oh,
find
definitely.
Out anything.
Who'd go there? Nothing to see there.
Of course,
Nothing
only
else to
criminal
go
scum would go
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Kroll's going to go over to Pan and sort of say, come on, Pan, let's go look around this museum. It might be fun.
Agreed.
There are 4 points of entry. I mean, what?
What?
Nothing.
I guess we're gonna. I guess God pointed us in that direction for the museum.
Yeah, they motioned when you go inside that you make a right turn and that you would run into the basement.
We start wandering. As we're wandering, Pandora turns to Felix and Nya and goes, "So you two are going to try and break into the upstairs, I suppose?"
What? No.
No, we wouldn't do that. We wouldn't do that, would we, Barry?
No.
we wouldn't do that.
If we are.
All right.
See, even Barry agreed.
Okay.
She rolls her eyes. She only has 2 eyes to roll this time, but she definitely rolls her eyes this time.
Do you want
The second
to?
point of entry looks the easiest.
Do we want to break into the upper levels? Why, yes, DM, we do.
I mean, Kroll is chuckling loudly.
I was about to ask. Did Pandora wanted to do a check on that?
Pandora knows her crew well enough that she does not need to do a check on it.
Yeah.
We're not going to force a check. She
Alright.
knows.
I love that she knows Nya already well enough that.
Yeah. I believe if it was just V here, it would still be like, let's break in and steal what we can. So
But Nya can do it subtly.
we should take a look at the museum first. Get some culture. And
Okay,
find
bye. Museum,
Yeah.
then lastly.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Maybe even the same thing at the same time. We could learn things while stealing them.
Let's just play the game for now, everyone.
Ryder, this is the game!
I know, but let's play the game and not break it.
All right.
I like to check things out, like a VR hologram.
Yeah.
All right. So as you enter into the keep, you are greeted by a large dining hall. You see all these long tables. There are chairs. You've seen Harry Potter, right? Where there's the long tables and the benches.
Oh, the floating candles.
There's no floating candles here, but there are unlit oil lamps hanging over each table. Every 5 feet there's an oil lamp.
Standard fantasy candle. Yeah.
There are attendants there, about 5 of them running around. 2 of them are elves, the rest are human. They're just running about cleaning the tables. They're setting up cloth mats for where they'll put the plates and such. And, they're running about, being busy. And you see to your right that there's a door, and it says the history of Tradeport. It's a museum door. It's a simple door. You see that it's open, and you hear some chattering inside as there are other people peering around. You see also, towards the end of all those long tables, you see what looks like another long table faced at a perpendicular angle. So like all the tables are all going one way, but then this one's facing the other way, looking down at all the others. You see all these chairs up there where you would assume that's where the council would sit. To the left of that table, you'll see there's a stairwell that's heading up behind them, going up into the next level. You see there are a couple guards sitting by the stairwell. He has a sword on his hip, and he's wearing plate armor. He's just sitting there, just chilling.
These guys don't look.
Are they paying attention to us in particular, or just like scanning?
Well, the guard is glances at you, but he goes back to just relaxing. The attendants, are not paying much attention to you. They're busy cleaning the tables and setting up. While,
Can I roll sleight of hand to steal an oil lamp?
But why?
Because we're in a castle, and castles are dungeons, and dungeons are always dark.
Let's just ask the guard first. If we can't ask, then we can steal one.
you got to realize these oil lamps are suspended above. They're like,
Oh, right,
chain.
they're not like perched on.
Oh, okay. Right.
Good, I like a challenge.
Now, can we not steal anything for 2 minutes and just enjoy the game for
I'll
a
have
bit?
you know, it's been at least 4 minutes since I stole anything.
I'll have you know that you are still stealing things and you might get arrested by the guards.
Yeah, that's not cool. We got to be subtle.
Exactly.
Isn't that right, Barry?
All right.
I can do subtle.
So yeah, how is this museum set up? Is it?
Well, are you going through the doors into the museum then, I assume?
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
like to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So as you guys go through the doors, Crawl, you have to kind of like bend down a bit to squeeze through because this is about elf height. Thereabouts. You're still pretty.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about because if this is going to be like a bull in a china shop situation, Kroll probably wouldn't want to go in for fear of knocking shit over.
Or alternatively, we send in Kroll to knock shit over as the perfect distraction.
We're not distracting anybody from. We're not.
It's been.
We're just gonna go to the museum, guys. It's a museum.
Mia
day
holds
in
up
the
her
museum.
hand where she's got like the count for the number of minutes that has passed. It's like that's more than 2 minutes.
All right. So as you enter in, you see that it's not a very, extravagant museum, but you can see that there are banners on the wall, like old banners that have been kind of waned from time and sun. As you're looking at them, there's like unicorn on one, there's an eagle on another, there's a badger on another, and like they're on the upper walls towards the windows. And then as you look down, you can see there's old armaments, looks like old elf armaments. There's a glaive, there's swords that are elvenish and design on the one side, and then as you look on the other side of the wall, you see more banners. There's a horse, there's a bear, there's a dragon on these banners, and as you look down, you can see that these are more of dwarven and human designs here.
So this is like a medieval war museum.
Basically, as you're getting that, and as you in the center areas, there's these like pedestals that are open air, but you see that like there's a stand that holds like old tomes, that have glass around them. You've seen those old medieval things,
like an illuminated text sort of thing.
Exactly. There's a few of these books laid out, but have glass casts over them, so you can look at them, but you can't touch them. And you see that there's this old gentleman. He's sitting on a chair near the elven armor, and he's very delicately shining it. And you can see there's a couple commoners towards one end. They're looking at a large classical style paintings, like the kind you see on the Vatican wall. Ceiling.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
There's this beautiful painting. Give me perception rolls, please, all of you.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. That's some adequate perception. It's 11, by the way.
That's 12. I got
12. Felix got a 10. Kroll?
How is Kroll like the most perceptive?
He's higher up.
Yeah, he's
He's
higher
got a
up.
height advantage, mate. Yeah.
Okay, is it just by dint of being taller?
It's like being a lighthouse.
Right.
All right.
Can I do an athletics to climb Kroll for further?
If Kroll will allow you.
Pandora picks Nya off of the shoulder and puts him on Kroll's shoulder.
There we go. That works. All right.
Slowly getting taller.
Starting with Kroll, you are looking at this painting, and what sticks out at you, actually, is that you notice that there's this elf it's basically a battle between two forces, one of elves versus an alliance of humans and dwarves. And you see at the front of this army is that there's this, it looks like an elf king. You could see that he has a crown of thorns on his head. And in his hand, he has this beautiful glaive that is like, the painting doesn't seem to do it justice. It looks like it's gleaming as he's charging with his host. And the humans, they're all kind of looking a bit petrified as this glaive. It's like, as you look up at this painting a little bit more, it almost looks like a shadow is over top of this elf. Like there's something around him. Like the painting was trying to display like an aura of fear that this elf king was exuberating from himself as they're approaching. And
quick question: what is a glaive?
Basically like a spear, except at the end,
it's like a pike, isn't it?
Ancient weapons.
No, it's not a pike.
It's not a pike.
It's close enough to a pike for all intents and purposes.
It kind of looks like
it's a handy tool, which will come in useful later.
It's a halberd without the spike on one end.
Basically, something like that.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking of like
Yeah. A pike is a 10-foot piece of wood with nothing on the end. Maybe a spike. That's it.
Neat.
All right.
Well, that's clearly this person took all of his crown money and spent it on pointy sticks.
Yeah. Hafted blade. Lovely.
So it looks like there was some sort of war between elves humans and dwarves.
Royal
This-
Rumble! Elves versus humans and dwarves.
And this fellow with the crown of thorns was some sort of either hero or villain. I think he must have been a villain, judging by this shadow that's emanating from him and his weapon. And he had some sort of magical... Is that a glaive or a pike or a spear?
Oh, it looks like a glaive.
He could just be misunderstood.
Emanating from his stick.
Looks more like a halberd to me.
Hmm.
No, you can tell it's a glaive because long explanation about how glaives look, and then we go.
Well, as you guys are talking, you get the attention of the older man, and he perks up as he hear you guys talking about the glaive, and he's like, "Oh, you're talking about the painting, I see." And he comes over.
Yeah, could you tell us a little more about this painting, please, sir?
Of course. My name is Mr. Woodpeak, by the way. He's an older human gentleman. He's got white hair. He looks like he's been here for a while.
Does it seem like there's an even mix of humans and elves here then?
Did you say that out? Do you say that out loud to him?
No. I'm just because we've met the guard who was an elf, and this guy's a human, and we've seen people wandering around. But
You've noticed on your time here that the predominant races here have been human and elf. Now there are dwarves, there are dragonborns, there are tieflings, there are goblins, gnomes. You've seen them, but they are far less in quantity compared to that of human and elves here.
Okay.
Is Nya the only tabaxi that's been seen so far?
You are the only tabaxi so far that's been seen, but given the fact that a lot of people haven't been bothered by you, you can probably infer that you might not be the first tabaxi they have seen.
All right.
So anyway, this older gentleman comes up and is like, "Oh, you're interested in the painting, I see. I couldn't help but overhear you talking about the glaive."
Yeah, could you tell us a little bit more about this painting, please?
Oh, yes, of course. This is the painting of the last great war between the Elven Kingdom and the Human Kingdoms long, long time ago. It was King Keldrin, who was the last of the great Elven kings before the fall of the great Elven Empire to the forest to the west of here. You see, this castle used to be the final defense against the Elven King on his last assault. It was during the siege of Tradeport that we were able to repel him back and defeat him. There's a tradition with the elves that whoever is king, they bear what is called the glaive of the reverent king. This blade has passed down from generations to each king, and it was given to this young king, and he wanted to control all of the northern lands. He wanted to control the orcs, the humans, and he enslaved all of them for the Elven Kingdom.
He doesn't sound like a very nice person.
No, he was not.
Ambitious, though.
The elves were, though, at one point rather peaceful with us. As time has changed, relationships broke down once he became king and started claiming the outposts of the human empire from the Southlands. It was then when he tried to capture dwarves and elves that were not part of the kingdom to force them into slavery, is when the alliance between all the forces went against him and began to attack his kingdom. The kingdom Afque is what it was named at one point, but we now just call it the Lost Lands. For after his defeat, a great plague began to infect the Elven Kingdom, and it collapsed within a generation. And the elves that you see here were from that kingdom at one point. A lot of them came here seeking refuge. Sadly, most of them were sick and many of them died. But now these generations are all that is left.
How long ago was this?
It was, I would like to say, probably 500, 600 years ago. This was.
Interesting.
Do people still go to the Elven Kingdom?
No. The lands have become, well, the forest itself has become far darker as of late. No one dares go into the forests anymore. Between the raiding orc tribes from the north and creatures that have hidden in the forest, there's even been reports of undead being sighted. Camp Hummingbird has been our defense against whatever comes out of that forest.
Camp Hummingbird?
Yes, it's an outpost towards the edge of the forest. It's been used to mostly keep track of what's been going on of the forest ever since the Great War. We only know that things have been getting worse out there. Many of the personnel from that camp have evacuated. All that's left is the standing armed forces. Every craftsman and such have returned back, reporting of sightings of undead and other creatures coming from the forest.
Could you, and she points at the glaive, it seems that there's some kind of a A magical item. I mean, we're no strangers to these things, but what was the deal with it? Is it still around?
The blade, from our knowledge, for the elves, as much as they would like to tell us, it seems they've been under a spell that prevents them from telling much more of this. But from what we can piece together, we were able to figure out that this blade is passed down every new king, and that the blade would choose a new king or queen. We've actually come to learn as well that even queens have been chosen by this blade. They call the blade Dusk. It is a beautiful blade, and it was first founded long ago by the first king, who died wielding it, saving his new founded kingdom. And since then, the blade has had a soul of its own. It's believed that the first king inhabits this blade, and that it chooses a new king each time.
But if you don't have a king or queen now, then where's the blade?
We don't know. It's believed from what we've learned is that there's a ritual that the blade would call to whoever is chosen, and they would have to come and claim Dusk through a ritual. But we don't know much more than that. However, on that topic, there was a young gentleman here who just came in recently learning about this information. A young wizard. He is interested in getting to Camp Hummingbird. He was asking me all these similar questions about knowing the history of the forest and of the Old Kingdom, about the story of Dusk and others.
What did the other guy look like?
Oh, he was a young man, dark skin. I could tell from his robes that he was a wizard of some sort, but he was looking to learn more.
Did he tell you his name?
He said his name was Damien. At least that's what he told me. I didn't really care too much. That is what he told me.
Ooh, edgy.
Kroll's going to sort of nudge Pandora in the shoulder and sort of say, Pan, I bet that's the main quest.
So how do these things work exactly? You have to talk a whole lot and then you go and stab people?
Yeah, you find some way to activate the quest, and that will be talking to somebody. They'll usually have like a shining light underneath their feet, something like that. And then you go and do the quest, and then you get XP and gold. That's how these things work usually.
Okay, I mean, that sounds easy enough, I guess.
Yeah, and it's fun.
I
Just
mean,
enjoy yourself.
I'm not sure. I don't think I want you playing these games too often anymore, right? I mean, Kroll.
Kroll, my name's Kroll here.
I'm sorry, of course, Kroll, of course. But it just seems so violent.
Well, this bit isn't violent. We're in a museum talking to an old man. It's not violent.
We live on a ship where we can literally fire nuclear missiles.
Well, I don't fire nuclear missiles. It doesn't matter. The point is...
You do.
You do and you have.
It's fine. Occasionally I fire nuclear missiles. That was real life.
I get it. You don't want to do what you do in real life for fun. But just chill out a bit. Just enjoy yourself. You're meant to be having fun and testing something new for a friend. Just
Do I have
treat
to
it
do
like that.
it like you guys do?
Yeah.
Do you have to what?
All right, I'll try, I suppose.
Woodpeak looks at you kind of confused. It's like, what is a nuke?
Your great grandkids are going to learn all about those ones. They're going to have a barrel of fun.
It's a very ancient and powerful magic. Don't worry about it.
I think we don't need to worry the locals about nuclear weapons, but we can probably look around more. Is there anything else in the museum apart from the tapestry?
Give me a perception roll.
Okay.
Not 20. Woo.
That's a 21.
21. Oh, crit. All right. Pandora, as you were, you finish your conversation with the older gentleman and, you say, we're going to look around a little bit. You happen to just peer at one of the books as, you're looking around, and you notice that there's this image on one of the books. It looks like a tomb, rather beautifully designed tomb. It's black. It's almost looks like a pyramid in a way, except the top kind of shortens in a little bit and it forms another little pyramid on top. So it kind of flat. And you notice there's also these obelisks that are sticking out. It almost looks like Egyptian in design almost, but you could tell there's some additional work done to it, that it looks elvish. Like whoever drew this took painstaking effort to draw the details, and that there's these large doors. Hold on. Can you read elvish? Let's ask that question first.
She can read Draconic and
No,
Orc.
you can't.
Common.
You can't read elf. So
Just your Common, Draconic and Orc. She can't read that. I guess she turns to the others. Can anyone read this?
I can't read at all.
Yeah, I can't read elf, but they reckon they could probably steal the book.
Excuse me, sir. What was the old gentleman's name? The old guard,
Dr. Wood,
No.
or Mr. Woodpeak.
Mr. Woodpeak.
Mr. Woodpeak. I'm sorry, Mr. Woodpeak. Could you read this, please? I'm not fluent in.
Oh, of course. Oh, you're quite interested in the old tomb, I see. This is the old tomb of the kings. From what we were able to learn, the ritual for the glaive was done here. Whoever drew this did a very beautiful design, but we've never seen it ourselves. We only were able to get this thanks to one of the elves had kept a record of it before he passed away.
Fascinating. Do you mind if I peruse it for a bit?
Well, prefer you don't touch it, but
Oh,
Walks into the Hall of Losers. Can I touch the Declaration of Independence? Please?
no, of course. I understand. I'm sorry. I was just curious. I'll put it back. And as she puts it back, she's going to very pointedly look at Nya on Kroll's shoulder and puts it back on the shelf.
Wags tail.
all right, so that was the only other thing that really stuck out at you. Other than that, everything else seems kind of mundane. The other books just have elven designs on it. Like you can see, one looks like might be a book about jewelry designing. Others looks like shows a blade design, like fighting styles that the elves did. Like it was a war
Unless
book.
she looks as aesthetically pleasing as that book cover, she's probably just going to finish the book cover.
Most of the books are kind, other than that one that you saw with the, because the one that had the tomb on it had a rather ornate cover to it. It was kind of, it had, inlaid gold and such. But the other ones are kind of more leather-bound books. They're a little more worn. They look like they've been used, passed down to other elves. But other than that, nothing much else catches your eye, unless you're looking for something particular.
No, we're really just getting time so we can meet the council, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
When is the meeting? Is there a scheduled time for that, or could we do just?
As you recall, they mentioned it was in the evening, so you can ask around if you wish about exactly what time it is.
While they're doing that, Nya's just going to try and get Felix's attention in the least obvious way possible, and then make eyes to the book, and then eyes back to Felix, and then eyes back to the book.
Kroll can see all
Felix.
of this happening.
Yeah,
Felix is going to pointedly side look at Nya, and then nod, and then look away, and then look at the book, and then look to Kroll, and nod.
Kroll's going to
Then
wave.
look back.
Pandora shrugged.
Felix is going to pick up Barry, offer Barry to Kroll. Barry's going to nod. It's all getting very confusing.
Kroll's going to look at Barry and smile, and then give him back to.
Yeah. Are any of the guards directly looking at Nya right now?
Currently, there is one guard towards one corner of the thing, towards one of the walls.
This was a let's get on the way out kind of situation, not a
Yeah.
let's ruin our relationships before we even meet the council situation. We just know we want this book later.
Mm-hmm.
Although doesn't know why Pandora doesn't know why she likes it. Who wants it?
Well, let's check out.
Fine. Nya will not steal the book for now.
Let's check out the rest of the castle first. Thank you for showing us around, sir.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you this evening if you're coming.
Oh yes, we wouldn't miss it. We'd love
We'll
to
be
meet
there.
your leaders.
Excellent. I'll see you then. You have a good one.
Kroll confidently waves goodbye to him, struts out of the doorway, and brains himself on the door arch on the way out, forgetting how tall they were.
Yeah.
I'm all right.
Nya's
I'm
glad
all right.
they weren't on Kroll's shoulder for that bit.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm all
Pandora,
right.
Pandora ducks her way out as well.
All right.
So V can't decide whether Nya should be running on all fours or on their back legs when they're doing anything other than walking. So they're kind of just switching between both.
Doing the awkward otter waddle.
You look like when a child is pretending to be a dog upstairs.
Hey, I still do that.
What do you guys want to do now that you have finished with the museum, finished eyeing up that book, doing the whole nodding?
Well, we're not allowed to do larceny, so
Not yet.
Nya's going to look for opportunities for larceny.
Why don't we ask around after that Damien wizard tip? It's not like he came straight to the museum and didn't talk to anybody else. Maybe we can know all about him.
Well, I mean,
first,
first I'd like to have a word with Pan. So Kroll's going to sort of indicate that he wants a word to Pan.
Oh, what's up? Kroll? What's up, Kroll?
Yeah, there you go. You're getting it now. So, as far as I can tell, for the story lore of this place, there was a war between the elves and the humans. Keldrin was the last elven king, The elves lost the war, and the humans won. Trayport fought them off. Keldrin had this magical weapon, the glaive, called Dusk. The glaive of the Reverend King?
Yep, Glaive of the Reverend King. You got that?
Yeah. Keldrin was a slaver and a tyrant, and he tried to capture dwarves and other elves. You know, a bit like the Aslanti do. The Alliance went against them and attacked his kingdom. They won. There was a big plague that finally collapsed the Elven Kingdom, and now there's a big, disgusting forest full of orcs and zombies where the Elven Kingdom used to be.
Orcs and zombies and loot, interjects Nya, who has popped up in between both of them.
And probably a lot of loot, yeah, and XP.
And that's how we win.
Phoenix
We win the
too.
game if we get all the loot and XPs.
Well, we don't have to get all of it, probably, but there'll be some sort of major story element that we have to complete in that area.
If we get an X amount of Ps and all the loot, then we win. Or at least we win part 1.
As far as I'm aware, yeah, there may be some elements that are different from other games that I've played, but yeah.
I've had a thought about this, said Felix, also popping up next to Nya.
Oh my goodness.
And that's what if this game was programmed never to have like a finish? What if there's no end?
Oh no, we're in an MMORPG.
Hear me out. So this thing's part of a colony ship, right? This thing is supposed to fly into space before jump time and just sail through the eternity with all of these frozen people on board playing this game. Well, if you finish the game and you're only a tenth of the way into your journey, for example, you've got nothing else to do. So maybe this thing is perpetual.
What if they die in the game and then die for real?
Oh, you asshole.
We've done that.
Beat me to
We've done that
fucking
already.
point.
You did that joke already?
Yeah, we did that last
God
session.
damn it. No, it's been a while.
Fair enough.
It's fine. We'll keep doing it. It'll be funnier every single time.
Over again.
All right. So, do you guys want to go find?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I was just going to finish off. So what if it's perpetual? What if there's no end?
Well, maybe the AI will keep coming up with new quests to populate the world with. That's my other thought.
That's good news for us.
Yeah, but what happens if it imprisons us and doesn't let us leave?
Nah, we can leave anytime we want. You see the wrist thing.
You're paranoid, Radar.
I am paranoid. I'm still radar under this.
I know. Just relax. Enjoy yourself. It's a video game. We're not killing anyone for a change, I think.
Look, about an hour ago, we killed 2 guards. Remember?
That's all right. They were digital people.
Are they digital people?
Yeah.
This is a video. This is an ancient digital construct. So it's basically video.
I'm familiar with what it is, but what I want to know is how it's getting all of this fantastic detail.
Pixels.
Pixels.
High definition pixels.
I'm having a sudden incredible crisis of consciousness if radar/Felix is going to say that these are real people.
Whoops.
How do we know that this thing hasn't uploaded the consciousnesses of everybody that played it and is keeping them here so it can use them to populate the world? What if every time they die, it just resurrects you as another weird anonymous guard?
You're giving me a conniption.
You don't know what that word means, in or out of character.
All right.
Regardless, we were asked here for a job. We do the job. If the job involves fighting video game bad guys, so be it. And I really...
Well, here's the other thing.
I want to know more about this old tech, but I'm also... This is your department, guys. I don't play these things.
And here's the final thing. The game was able to hide us from the guys in the security office that are supposed to be our safety net. Remember? We vanished.
Yeah, but we came back, so it's fine.
I have to say, I don't think that was part of the game. I feel like that was something else.
But Kronak's going to hold his hands out to Felix and say, "You still got that coin, Felix?"
Yeah, it's right here, look.
Kroll's going to take it and sort of inspect it a bit more, and then is there a wall nearby?
Oh yeah.
Kroll's going to tap it against a stone wall and see what happens.
So, first of all, how hard are you tapping it? I guess I should ask first.
Just gently, sort of.
Gently for Kroll or gently in general?
He can be very, very precise when he wants to be.
Yeah, usually when he's swinging his axe.
All right. So, as you go and tap the coin, at first it bounces off normally, and you're just tapping around. All of a sudden, as you hit one of the cracks, the coin just starts to freak out a little bit, like it's shaking in your hand.
Oh, bloody hell.
And then all of a sudden, it just sinks into the wall. Like you let it zoops into the
Oh,
wall.
what? Oh, coin's gone. What'd you do? Why'd you do that?
And all of a sudden, as you're looking around, you notice everyone's starting to slowly stop again.
Oh, you've done it. You've broken it.
Ah, you've done it again.
I didn't mean to do that.
Well, when the weather's dry, make hay. Nya's going to steal that book.
First reaction.
When the weather's dry, make hay is now my favourite quote.
Is that the phrase?
I've never heard that before, and I live
that
in
is
West
Make hay
Country.
while the sun shines.
It might
heard
be
it.
when the sun shines, make hay. I can't remember.
It's great. Either way, I'm loving it.
When
Either
the
way, do I even need to roll sleight of hand if everyone's paused?
Nope.
Swag.
But they're going to notice
Yeah.
it's missing.
we weren't there, so they weren't with us.
Yeah, but from their perspective, I'll just go back and stand exactly where I was before. And now can I roll sleight of hand to sneak it into Kroll's pockets without them noticing?
Oh my god.
You have to leave and come back. We know you're going somewhere.
Well, if you're going to do that, then I'm going to need Kroll to make a perception roll.
Righto. I rolled.
You don't notice the book slipping into your inventory.
Ah,
Add a book to your inventory.
criminal genius.
Well, I mean, Kroll is going to hold up their wrist and try and get back in contact with Dr. Lestrange again because Lestrange stuff is happening.
Oh,
So you're going to try and hail Doctor Strange?
Mm-hmm.
As you do that, the screen comes up and it's jittering. Like, it's freaking out. Like, you can't even click any of the buttons. It's all freaking out right now as you're looking at it.
Uh-oh. That's no good.
congratulations.
Guys, does anyone else's UI work?
Try mine.
Yeah, tremble.
Yeah, try says as well.
All right, all of you do that, and you all notice that it's doing the same thing. Like it's all jittering on you. But if someone wants to try computers roll and Starfinder,
Yes.
Yeah, I've got my thing open. So
Now I'm going to roll a d20 on here and
How
do
are
it.
we doing computers roll from inside the game?
Yeah, hang on. That's a good point. Like, how do we use out of character stuff if we're still stuck in here?
it figured since you're still your character, even though you're role playing other
Oh,
character,
we're using meta knowledge.
you are.
okay. That's 12 plus 15 for
Hang on.
computers, so it's 27.
I'm going to roll this and then just add my computers. So that's 7 on the dice plus radar's computers of 16 is 23.
Yay!
I've got a 16 in computers as well. What do I have that's 16?
So 20
Oh, radar's one is probably okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
23.
All right. Well, we're just going to go with the fact that both of your roles working together, you were able to finally deglitch one of your devices long enough to send out a call. All of a sudden, you hear a rather perturbed bird on the other end. It's like,
Guys, is that you? What's going on?
Broke your game again.
Lestrange, we've managed to break the game. That coin we had, Kroll or Ryder or whoever they are right now pushed it into a wall and then everything slowed down and time stopped.
I didn't mean to.
You shouldn't be playing with glitched games. We don't know what's happening. We've lost contact with you again. We still have you, thankfully, connected this time, but we cannot get a feed off of you anymore.
Oh, hold on, I've got an idea. Can I go to the bit of the wall where the coin was pushed in and try and push my hand inside?
Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing.
you are met with physical wall.
Oh no, the wall's actually still here. Okay, so what do we do now?
Well,
Yeah, just shrugs.
I think for the moment it would be pertinent to carry on with the quest until that mysterious man shows up, the one who left the coin here.
Well-
Maybe that's how we can ask him.
what's on the other side of the wall? Have we checked yet?
We can't push through.
Well, no, but the wall will have
Oh, what's
a
behind it?
different side to it, yeah.
So the wall that you guys used was the one that went into the museum.
Okay, Kroll's
So-
going to check on the other side of the museum wall and see if the coin is there or if it's just sunk through the landscape and we never see it again.
I thought you were just pushing it through. It wasn't like out of your hand.
What happened, Crawley? Did you explain what happened with the coin?
Yeah, well, it got sucked in, didn't it? It got sucked out of my hand into the wall and then it was gone.
Yeah, that's what basically happened. So
So, yeah, Kroll's going to go back into the museum and see if it's in the room anywhere.
you don't see it. You just see a normal wall.
Well,
Huh.
it's not in here, guys.
Do you want to try hitting the wall really hard with your axe? See what happens.
Well, no, this is a museum. I don't want to break anything. All right, well, Kroll's going to bonk the wall just with his fist.
You hit a stone.
Okay.
Fringe.
Well, game's broke.
Fringe.
Yep, Ty.
As radar, can I stop and try and open our minds up to sort of a wider world? Maybe there's something we're missing. Can I make a perception roll?
Sure, go ahead.
And just looking for anything weird, anything odd, any sort of shimmering walls, any 21.
Nice.
All right, as you are looking around, you notice there's a figure standing at the top of the stairs looking at you guys.
Guys,
Hmm?
points.
What? Who's that?
It's the old man in the golden and purple robes.
Are they frozen as well, or?
Right, after him. Run up the stairs.
Wait, that's Dave.
It's Dave.
So let's just call him Dave.
Dave.
Dave!
Dave, something weird's happened.
Dave slowly walks down the stairs. I can see that. You guys have been rather naughty, I see.
Naughty.
Oh, what do you mean?
Don't even know the meaning of the word.
You've been messing with my programming, I see.
How have we messed with your program?
Everyone looks pointedly at Kroll.
Yeah.
Don't say how. The whole world stopped. We're standing here, not perfectly well moving. We've definitely missed something.
No, I mean, how have we messed with the programming?
Oh, right.
Did a thing that we weren't supposed to do, I guess.
That coin that you guys were playing with apparently froze my programming here. You have frozen adventure games for a little while, but
We didn't know what it was.
So what, is it just going to naturally restart again later?
oh, I'm working on that as we speak. But I would recommend not messing with any of the memory programs that you find again.
Memory
'Cause-
programs.
Oh, is that what that was?
You found one of the old crew members' audio logs that he left long ago.
Oh man, we stuck it in a wall. Is there any way to get it out again?
Wait, the coin with an audio log?
No, it was a creation of his long ago. He was a troublemaker as well, playing with the programming far too much.
Oh, was he a hacker?
In a way, as you would say. Bored minds create all sorts of strange things.
We didn't know any of this. We just found a magical coin, and I was wondering what it was, so I tapped it against a wall, and the wall ate it. That's what happened.
We thought it was part of the game.
We're not here on any kind of malicious intent.
How do we get it back, just for the sake of not damaging the game anymore, of course?
Don't worry, I am destroying it as we speak.
Boo! You
Right.
suck. You should totally let us have it.
Well,
yeah. Maybe don't
do that.
upset the machine that's currently holding our brains.
Anyway, it shouldn't be very long before the program restarts. I would recommend do what you wish, especially since they're about to find out about that book in your friend's pocket.
What book? What?
Shocked face.
Yeah.
Yeah, already?
What? This is nothing to do with me. It must have fallen in there.
Kroll's gonna hack their inventory. Yeah.
So, has Dave left at this point, or is he still here?
Dave's still there, but you could see that he's suddenly a watch has appeared on his wrist, and he's counting down on something. He's looking at it and he's waiting. He's looking at you guys to see what you're going to do.
Kroll's gonna run back into the museum and put the book back.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Before you do that, let me have the book. I want to show it to Doctor Strange.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He stops midway and sort of screeches and then runs back to Pan and gives her the book.
Pandora flicks up with her wrist inventory. Do we all have a connection to Strange now? But
Yeah, you're all reconnected again.
okay.
Yeah,
so,
we'd have helped you out.
yeah, Doctor Strange, are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Great. Could you maybe take some notes down of this here? I would like a translation, if you could.
Be quick. Be quick about it, please.
Yeah, she flicks through the whole thing. Just pause it on every page and get back to us when you can.
Pen, you feel a little tingle in your hand near where you're holding a book before it goes away.
Okay, I got the data.
Oh, great. That's actually a very smart move. Okay, yeah, go put this back, would you?
Fine. Nyaz just going to grab the book and skitter back to where it was and just realign it and then run back to where they were before.
And then all of a sudden, you see Dave go 0. And all of a sudden, you hear things starting to come back as people are starting to start moving again slowly.
Has Dave vanished?
Dave smiles before he steps back and he fades away after he finishes countdown.
Once he's faded away, I'm going to turn to the group and be like, so that coin?
Yeah.
I don't think that Creamon was hacking. I think that's a safety device and we just blew it.
Yeah, no more putting coins in balls. Next one we find, we're definitely not telling about to Dave.
Yeah.
What do you mean next one we find? That may never happen again.
If it does,
Anything that happened once can happen twice. We'll get another one.
what about the
Right.
birth of the
Yeah,
universe?
winks.
Did you return the book, by the way?
Yeah,
Yeah, I sent you back with it.
Okay, good. So no one's the wiser at the moment.
against Nyaz's better wishes.
Well, I've got all the data we needed.
Yeah, but it's such a pretty book.
Oh, I know, dear, but really, this is the important part.
I guess we stole it in principle. We pirated it.
Yeah. yes, we pirated it.
You copied the floppy. I guess we wait for the evening and go and see the council then.
I guess we can walk around a bit, get some more information while we wait.
It's a shame about that coin,
We've
though.
still got a whole bunch of levels we're not supposed to go into.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame about that coin, though. I was wondering what that was.
Yeah.
Well, I think we found out what it was.
Well, the paranoid version of you has worked out what it was.
That's just me normally. Come on.
Well, anyway.
And let's be fair, it usually pays off.
We're gonna wander around and just dig into more of the castle people. Is there anyone around that looks unusual? That looks? Does anyone have a? In fact, yeah, Pandora's wandering around looking at people's feet for their feet to be glowing.
Give me a perception roll.
Because she assumes that's how it works.
All right, give me a perception roll.
Another settlement needs your help.
Yeah, that's a 12.
You see you glowing at someone's feet, but then you look up and you realize he's holding a lighter.
His feet are on fire?
No, you see light at his feet, but you look up and you realize he's like holding a little, like he's going to be lighting the oil lamps here.
Oh, okay. She's like, oh, okay.
All right. So you've done that. By the way, that was 10 minutes if you were curious what was going on. That you froze time.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I was counting down, because that was the end of the timer.
Ooh.
Anyway, so you got an attendant looking at you, funny Pandora, wondering why you're looking at his feet.
Well, right as Kroll told her that glowy feet meant quest. So she's like, excuse me, do you have a quest for me?
I don't know. I just work here.
I understand that, but is your settlement in peril, perhaps? Maybe your husband has been kidnapped by a dragon, or she looks over at Kroll. Is that a thing that happens? I don't know.
I don't think that person has a quest. I think they're just an NPC who lights the candles.
Oh,
Let's talk to them more.
that's fine. Sorry for bothering you. Enjoy your candles.
Okay, thank you. And he shuffles off to start lighting the oil lamps above the...
But if you do have a husband who gets kidnapped by a dragon, or if your husband is a dragon, then let us know. We can help out. I think that's a.
And I am a dragon.
You're a lizard person.
Well, if you get kidnapped by a human, then
Yeah, no, humans as well. Yeah, in fact, if you get kidnapped by anybody in general, if you get kidnapped at all by a human or a dragon or a Shirin, you let us know. We'll get the XP.
Well, if you need quests, I'm sure you can go down to the inn towards the adventure guilds. I'm sure there's some people down there that might be able to give you some quests.
Oh, there you go, Pan. There's some quests at the inn.
That's great. How much XP do I get for that?
XP? He asked with a question mark.
Yeah, you give me some XP after that. Does it come up?
I don't think meta works very well with the in-game characters. You just need to do it.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And she wanders away from that.
And you leave a rather confused-looking attendant.
well, at least she's learning.
Yeah. So what do you think, guys? Should we go to the inn and see what they've got there?
Yes, I'd like to get some of that XP. I mean, I've never played a game like this before. I can get to have a good time with my friends, and I can win a game. That's fun.
There you go. As long as you're enjoying yourself now. I'm not confused by everything.
And we've done 1.5 quests.
We can kill some time until the evening dinner.
Exactly. So yeah, Kroll's going to walk out of the castle. What sort of time is it, judging by the sun?
Well, since you were in there, you notice that it's gotten the sun's starting to dip towards the edge of the wall. It's getting closer towards, sunset time now. You see some guards wandering about, getting ready to light up lamps and such on the streets. So we're getting closer and closer to dark. So they're trying to get ahead of the work for the evening, especially towards the pathway towards the keep. As you can tell, that there's going to be a feast soon, and they need to make sure that the pathway is lit for everyone.
How long till the feast? I ask a random guard.
Well, if you're coming to the feast, it should be about a couple hours.
Oh,
do you need tickets for that sort of thing, or you can just turn up?
Oh no, it's open to anyone in the public who wishes to talk to the council.
Yes!
Of course.
There you go. Especially us hero types.
Is that free food?
Yeah.
I had free food.
it's not real food, guys. This is
Still free.
You didn't partake of the bacon sandwiches earlier. Oh, it's real to me.
It tasted real nice with digital food, Bath.
I'll pass. Thank you.
All right. So,
So, what do you reckon? Like Dave just like kept feeding all of the players like fake food until they all wasted away and withered into nothing and died in reality, and now their uploaded consciousness are forever trapped in here?
That's really cynical, Radar. Can you keep a fucking lid on it for now, Radar?
I'm just saying, we've got to be cautious.
No, it's fine. We can be cautious about being insane.
Pan, you hear bells ringing again, and your wrist is blinking.
Oh, pops it open.
You see Dr. Lestrange.
I have your information. I am going to copy it to you right now.
And all of a sudden, you feel a weight appear in your backpack as a book suddenly forms in your back.
Also, whatever you did earlier for the last 2 attempts, something has changed with Dave. We've started noticing information starting to come more decoded lately. We don't know what is this information quite yet, but from initial studies, it seems to be temperature information and meal guides so far.
Is that good?
And what guides?
Meal guides?
Yes, it seems like whatever Dave was doing, he was also programmed to have information of knowing when food was given, so that he could program that when the players and such in the game, they could be fed appropriately while they are in the game.
Oh.
So fake food here is real food in the real world?
It will be sort of protein injection in real life, I would imagine.
It would seem so, but
Gonna eat a sandwich.
we are still trying to figure this out for right now. But as of it's quite interesting. Although I would recommend more caution, because I don't know what you did again to cause the program to freeze, but I don't know how many more times Dave would allow that probably before he would start rejecting you.
What happens if we get rejected by Dave?
Worst case scenario, at least from what we were able to figure out with the prosthetic minds, is that he would just instantly release them. But we're not entirely sure yet what would happen with you. I would just exercise caution.
Kicked and banned.
Vac band, mate.
This was not something we were aware of going into the game. Maybe you should have told us about this previously?
No, I'm pretty sure it was mentioned in the contract, actually.
Was it?
Yeah.
It's fine. It just means you get kicked out of the game and then you have to rejoin under a different name.
At the time when you got banned for calling those guys rude nerds.
They deserved it.
Well, I mean, they were 12.
They deserved it.
All right. So,
Anyway, I just wanted to make sure that the book got to you back again. Just be careful, okay?
Right.
Always careful.
That's a lie.
and
Pandora got the book out of her pack and start giving an eyeball while we walk to the Adventurers Guild.
Pan, it is still in Elvish. I should warn you.
Oh, what?
I was going to say, has it been translated? But we need to find someone that can speak Elvish.
She thinks she goes, and finally I can find out that. Oh!
But as you're flipping through it, you notice there are more pictures in the book.
Ooh, I can read pictures.
Give me a perception roll. Just see how well you can figure out these pictures.
Mm-hmm.
12s for everyone. 12s for almost everyone.
Yeah, I got a 6. It bounced off the wall.
All right.
Are we doing
Okay.
perceptions, are we?
Well, that's for the book, if you wish to look at it.
Just Pandora look at the book.
Yes, I'm the best at seeing.
Yeah. It is
All right.
definitely a book.
Again, it's just one person reading a book, but okay.
All right. Well,
No, I'm back on your shoulder again.
Also, have you tried reading and walking? It's really hard.
No,
I do it with my phone a lot.
Yeah, it's
Really, really hard.
all right. So, since Nye got on your shoulder and was peering over the book, you can get a better idea as you're looking at the book, and will point out these things to you. It looks like some maps, kind of like hand drawn. When you're flipping through, you notice that it looks like the tomb, the big, temple-looking thing, was It looks like it's at the edge of a city. Like there's a river that goes by. This looks like a city center, and that the tomb is outside of the city. As you're flipping through it more, there's some images that look like they've been worn from time. You can't quite make out what's going on. It looks like water, and it looks like a rough out blade or something in the water. You can't quite tell for sure.
So the blade ended up underwater? Oh.
And then as you flip towards the end, you notice that there is what looks like several kings in a crescent moon shaped room that the picture is depicting. Like there's these thrones, and there are these kings holding glaives in front of them. Like the blade is pointing up, and the hilt is down, but they're holding it in front of them. And it looks like there's an empty space in the middle, and that is where it looks like the new king should sit, where these old kings are standing around, but there's this empty throne in the center. And that's all you can really figure out from the images, really. You just know that the building is outside the city temple, that there might be something there's a blade in the water, and that there are several kings. The image is kind of blurred, so you can't tell how many kings, but you could tell there were several of them in a room that were holding the blades, the glaives.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to put it away.
Nyaz already imagining himself on that empty space on the throne.
That's why Pandora's putting the book away.
Slam.
Well, it seems like it's more of a record of previous kings and some kind of allusion to a future king.
I couldn't read any of it, but there were some nice pictures in there.
Pandora's gonna just relay to the others what you said, Fringe.
Okay, so you make your way to the inn.
Yeah, she's still looking at feet for shiny.
As you get past you ask a few NPCs and they point you towards it, and you go past the whole, the big human statue of what looks like a guard paladin, and you are at the doorway of the Drunken Spider.
Drunken Spider.
I've got to ask, what does the bar tabard look like? What's their picture?
It's basically, the best way to describe it, it's a two-story building. There's a patio area where there are people eating and drinking and having a nice chat. You can see barmaids and such coming in and out of the front door. You see other people going in.
I mean, most taverns and pubs will have a picture with it, the dog and bull will have a picture of a dog and a bull.
Oh, the picture is
wasted spider.
There's just a spider floating in a bar.
Actually, the picture is a stein, and you see a spider sitting on top of it, and it looks, it's like has its legs splayed out on this thing. It looks like its head's dipped down into the.
That spider is fucked.
So not a spider with 8 beers.
And swirls.
8 legs, 8 beers.
Sitting on a stein trying to drink from it.
All right. How quaint. We get some idea for the minigun.
I'm not going to lie.
Hang on, I thought we were calling it the mini. I thought we were calling it the mini bar.
We were never call it the mini bar.
I thought it was the mini bar.
No.
Because it's a bar that had a minigun in it, so mini bar just.
No, radar. We want a mini bar, and she pushes away inside the bar.
I'm just saying it could be great.
All right, so as you guys go in, it's it's a bit of a party. You got minstrels playing in one corner, playing music. You see people cheering as they are celebrating what looks like a birthday. Are all clanking steins. They're all having fun, and you can see one person in the center looks embarrassed as the others are celebrating around him. And there's a bar lady at the bar. She's there cleaning a stein as people are giving her orders, and then she takes that and tells the cook who's out there in the back. You can smell all sorts of aromas. You got your meats, you got your cheeses, you got your breads, you got all that good stuff.
Fun. Okay.
There's a few open tables. There's open spots at the bar. Do you guys want to look around first? Do you want to pick a seat?
Yeah. All right, Pan. You go and look for quests. I'll go and get the first round in. Felix and Nyo, you go and get us a table.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Come, yeah.
Nyaz immediately scanning for. Oh, Nyaz got no one to climb up.
You can perch on my shoulders. We can be.
We're the same height.
We could be 2 short dudes in a trench coat. Just get on.
Oh, jeez. All right. So, are you going to do that?
No, Nyaz going to reject Felix's kindly offer. Nyaz gone back to running on all fours, but they're just slinking between people trying to find an empty table.
All right. We'll start with Pandora. Give me a perception roll, please.
Mm-hmm. I got a 5.
You can't really see anyone's glowing feet in this place, honestly.
You see your feet? No. No. See your feet?
You're getting some weird looks. That's all you get. So you don't see any glowing.
Anyone's feet glowing in here? Look.
Excuse me, is anyone's feet glowing? Can I?
Jeez.
I'm looking for glowing feet.
Nye, I need you to give me a perception roll, please.
Hiya.
What did you get?
Oh, yeah. I'm good at seeing. That's a 19 for perception.
Excellent. All right. Well, you find yourself an empty table real easily.
Woo.
And it seems to have enough seats for everyone, including a nice big, it's in the corner. It's kind of like what I would call the mafia boss seat almost. where there's a corner there where you think that Crawl can sit comfortably, thankfully, because of the big cushioned seat there. So you found yourself a nice table, and I'm assuming you're just going to claim it like a cat, just sit on it and be like,
yeah, it's somehow sitting across all of the seats at the same time.
I was going past in the back and going, feet? Is anyone calling feet? Come on, somebody must have glowing feet.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is a nice table. How are you on... Shift up!
All right, and then we'll go to Crawl. What are you're going up to get some rounds?
Yeah, he's going to find the. Did you say there was a barmaid? Is she suitably busty? I assume. Because it's
she's decent looking. She doesn't have the whole big booby German going look for her, but she's plain looking. She looks rather nice looking. Awesome. She's got red hair. She's a human.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, hello there, dear. How may I help you?
Can I get 4 rounds of... Actually, no. I'll get 3 rounds of grog and 1 of your nicest, prettiest drinks, please.
Oh, excellent. That will be 10 silver, please.
Certainly. And yeah, he'll... how much... what's the exchange rate on silver versus gold?
10 silver, 1 gold.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he'll put 2 gold on the table.
All right. I will make sure your drinks are ready. Just give me a minute. And she goes off, and a few moments later, she comes back from the back and brings out your drinks and hands them to you.
What's the pretty one look like?
They're all grog. With 1 grog and umbrella in it.
And a slice of lemon.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, all the grog, the fancy one looks like it's in a rather beautifully ornate metal stein. It looks like a dwarven design, almost.
Thank you very much, madam. You have a lovely evening.
Well, you too.
And yeah, Kroll will carry all of the drinks over to the table. Try and look for Nyar.
You see Felix waving.
Okay, yeah. We'll come over, deal all of the drinks out, and then wait for Pandora to come over and give them the fancy grog in the stein.
Well, Pan, you actually get someone who has, well, I didn't know paladins had a feet fetish.
I beg your
You what?
I'll have you know that I do not have a foot fetish. I'm just here trying to get quests.
Oh, if that was the case, then, my lady, you would have just asked over there. There's a guy who's been asking for help to get the Camp Hummingbird for a while now, and he points over towards one of the corners, and you notice there's a dark-skinned gentleman, looks like a wizard, sitting in the corner.
I'm guessing it's just Pan that's aware of them.
Yeah,
Pan's the only one. Knows which one it is.
Oh, so I guess maybe I don't have to glow then. Well, thank you. You've been very kind.
No problem. Just, I'd be more careful about asking people about their feet, though.
Right. No, you know what? Now that you say it out loud, it does sound weird. I'll have to talk to Craw about that. She goes over to check out this Damien the Wizard.
Damien's over there. He's just drinking from what looks like a stein. He has a plate of food in front of him. It looks like a simple sandwich, as it's basically at the corner of the bar, and he sees you come up, and he's like, "Oh, well, hello there. And who are you?"
Oh, I am Pandora, the Paladin. Paladin Pandora. I should have thought of a better name. My name is Pandora. I'm a Paladin. I'm here with some friends. We are on an adventure. And we heard that you were looking for some quest companions, Mr.
Oh, my name is Damien. Who told you that, may I ask?
Oh, the gentleman over there with the foot fetish.
See, well, I appreciate it. I am looking for a company of heroes to help get me to Camp Hummingbird. You see, my professor, he's there doing a research project, and I was sent back to get some materials for him for his research. And I need to get there. Problem is, as of late, the usual caravan that goes there has stopped as of late. There's been reports of orc sightings on the road to Camp Hummingbird, and thus the guards refuse to send anyone out. In fact, they've recalled most of their non-vital personnel from Camp Hummingbird.
I see. So you would say this is a good quest then?
In a way, yes. You could call it a quest, I guess.
Great, fantastic. She's gonna wave at the guys and be like, "Guys, I found the quest."
Hey, well done.
Hey,
you learning.
All right. Well, it turns back to Damien. So when do we get the XP?
XP? Excuse me, XP?
You know, never mind. Why don't you come over and meet my friends?
I mean, I'd be happy more than to pay you in gold, of course, for this quest.
No.
As you call it.
Gold is good as well. We like gold.
Okay. And he picks up his plate and stein and follows you to the table.
What does Damien look like? Is he like?
He's a black-skinned. He's wearing a blue robe, wizardry robe. You can tell that he has like a signet on his chest. Looks like a eye on it. And he has a staff strapped to his back. A few pouches on his waist. His hair is about to his neck, basically. Really, he's a rather plain-looking gentleman. Other than he looks like a wizard. And
Like seen the action, or just kind of like a student type wizard?
student looking. Looks like he's relatively green.
Right.
He's not the seasoned adventurer of this tale.
That's fine. That's why he's hiring us.
Indeed.
Oh, hello, Pandora. So this is this your new friend that you've made?
Yes, this is actually the wizard we heard about, Mr. Damien.
Hello, Damien.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello. Pleasure to meet you all. I was told that you would help me on to get to Camp Hummingbird.
Yeah, we're heroes.
Yeah. This is our bread and butter, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would be appreciative. I would be happy to have you guys take me there.
For a fee.
Of course, I would pay you handsomely for it. I currently only have 50 gold, though I'm sure that once I get there, there'll be more ways to make more money there, of course. From what I've heard from the guards, that they've been short-handed lately. Maybe they might be able to compensate you more there if you're, find some more work there if you need it.
Well, sounds good. I mean,
Good enough for ya.
oh, but wait, we do have one appointment beforehand. We have to meet with the town council first.
Oh, that's fine. I have to prepare for travel then. I wasn't expecting to find someone to get me there. It would take me probably tomorrow morning. I'd be ready. Would that be okay?
Yeah, we can meet you tomorrow morning back here.
We're going to go see the council first.
We should probably say we can stay at this inn or something.
Well, I'd be more than happy to meet you here at the inn this morning, or I can meet you at the gate in the morning, the west gate.
Well, the gate thing's fine. I'm just worried about where we're going to stay for the night, but we can sort it out later.
I'm sure we can make a reservation here, Pandora.
That's fair. That's fair.
I know they do rooms here, of course. I've actually have one myself upstairs, so I'm sure they probably can get you a room.
Oh, what room number are you in? We can stay near you.
Room number.
That's a bit creepy, yeah.
Well, I prefer not to give it away. I have some...
Now it's totally going to raid his room.
It's a weird thing to ask somebody.
Yeah.
It's not that weird.
Which room number are you in? Are you hitting on him?
Oh, jeez. Anyway, I do appreciate you guys helping me. I'll be more than happy to pay you half once we leave, and then pay you the other half once we get there.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds reasonable.
Excellent. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to go finish my meal and probably get ready then for tomorrow.
All right, Damien, have a lovely evening.
You too.
Later, Damien.
He heads off to finish his meal.
Waits until he's out of earshot and turns to Nya and is like, "What's your room number? Really?"
Nyaz is shrugging. You never know.
We really don't have time for you to engage in more trysts now.
I just want to make sure that there's not more to him than meets the eye.
You just want to get fucking stabbed. That's what it is.
We need to come up with a more fantasy way of saying have a lovely evening.
May the gods watch over you.
That's brilliant. I love that. May the gods watch over you. Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Hello everybody, and thank you for listening to Cosmopunk. We're available on Spotify, iTunes, all the regulars, and be sure to check out our Twitter for updates. That's at CosmopunkPod. And if you like what you're hearing, give us a good rating on iTunes. Maybe come and let us know on the Discord server. Link in the description. Once again, thank you so much for listening, and we'll be seeing you in 2 weeks. Till then, shoot straight and roll high.